You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check waifu. Montel, is that you?
Yo, it's a great new anime season. I'm so excited.
Man, we got a lot to talk about today, like a lot. And what's great about today is we got we both on two different spectrums of this season of anime so far. And I can't wait to talk about it. But this is episode 83 of Mic Check Waifu, brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu. They do got a bunch of a dope restock coming in soon, so make sure y'all check out miccheckwaifu.com. Use that offer code waifu whenever you make a purchase. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. We'll run that ad later, but we can't go another episode without thanking our Patreon supporters. Now, our Patreon supporters, our producers specifically, all of our Patreon supporters are fantastic, but shout out to our Patreon producers, Monique Williams, Connor, who's been here since day one, Treesus, and also Explicitly. Thank y'all so much for supporting the podcast. Listen, if you enjoy Mic Check Waifu, please consider going to our patreon.com/miccheckwaifu, because we have a whole host of content on there that hasn't been released to the public yet, and more to come with that. But we're here to talk about this winter season's jumping off to a huge running start. But before we do that, I think we should talk about Mic Check Waifu. Okay, I think we should talk about I didn't even bring this up to you before the pregame, is what I'm gonna call it. I think we should talk about what this podcast is, how we do our anime podcast, and how we feel is different than everybody else's. I love everybody's podcast. That's what's so great about our circle. Our circle has like 4 or 5 different podcasts that are so different, so unique, that brings just quality stuff to the podcast game. But I figured since we're 83 episodes in, it's been a long time since we talked about how our podcast is structured and how we do it. For anybody that's new to listen, we have quite a bit of new listeners that joined us recently, and we've known a lot of people to go back and listen to our previous episodes, but it's kind of different for us because we go season by season with our anime watches and stuff. So let's just talk about a little bit about Mic Check Waifu and how we do things. You down for that?
Let's do it.
Cool. First off, Till got a new mic, so he sound crispy.
Yeah, it's the first time on Mic Check Waifu proper, as Polo would say, with my new beautiful Shure M7 microphone. Thank you, Patreon, and everyone else who just listens to the podcast in general, because we wouldn't have been here without y'all.
Straight up.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all so much. So for those of you who are new to listening to the podcast, Mic Check Waifu goes live every Tuesday at 9:30 EST AM. The way we like to structure our podcast is we like to break down the current ongoing season of anime, essentially. We also bring topics, we also bring questions, and we also bring spoiler talk. But it's structured in like the first half of the show, we talk about whatever our current watches are. We go into some details about the current season of anime. So for example, right now, the current season of anime is Winter 2021. Man, what a season this is so far.
It's already started off crazy.
crazy huge. So we're going to go into detail with that. And then some questions from Twitter, which are fucking fantastic, by the way. These questions are just as good as they are any week. And then go from there. So Tell, you want to introduce yourself real quick? Just a quick synopsis of who you are.
So I am your friendly neighborhood King Telliano. You can address me as such, or you can call me Tell. Everyone says Tell wrong, which
they always
when they spell Tell, they always spell it wrong.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
They spell it Tell as like I'm telling on somebody, and that's not true. I don't tell on nobody. I'm not 6'9". But I'm King Teliano. Tell is what I've always been called. Telle. I appreciate it regardless, though. So I am like Polo and I differ in a couple of different ways. I am way more action anime oriented than Polo is. Whereas Polo is like our resident. Like we'll let him talk about that. But I'm way more action oriented than Polo. Like if it's a sports anime, I like it. If it's a fighting anime, I really enjoy it. I actually don't mind mecha anime. And I would like a good horror anime whenever we get them. And then I also like manga. I'm a weekly manga reader. So like Promised Neverland when it was popping off. Obviously One Piece, Black Clover, Twin Star Exorcist, Attack on Titan, all those kind of things. I'm reading them. I got like a whole stack of manga right here at the computer desk. But you know, those are kind of like just my overall interest and kind of like what I currently like kind of dive into. But also, you know, remember the 100 anime challenge. I'm trying to, you know, break free of the shackles of what I'm already used to and get into some new things. And you know, hopefully this year changes that too.
Yeah. Shout out to the watchers.
Shout out to the watchers.
So yeah, and tell something.
And yeah, Polo, introduce yourself and your interest, brother.
So I'm Polo Bornfly, Polow. A lot of people, you know, get that wrong too. They always forget the W, which sort of is like kind of makes me shiver a little bit, but that's all good. It's all good.
That Ralph Lauren boy.
Yeah, no, I respect it all the same. But yeah, like Tel was saying, I'm like the resident slice of life person. I have literally hundreds of slice of life under my belt. So many slice of life animated. I just forgot it. I even watched. Just so much of it. And that's all shout out to Clinat who changed me from the way Tell is now to what I am now, more, you know, more open to different anime. I'm also our resident ecchi fan, huge ecchi fan. Ecchi and Aram is like my bread and butter as well. I enjoy those so much. I don't know why. It's just it puts a smile on my face. Yeah, and as far as that's a bit about me. I am also a Twitch streamer. I stream every Thursday at twitch.tv/PoloBornFly. I like to play MMOs and video games and stuff of that nature. I'm a huge Browns fan. Shout out to the Browns. So everybody's actually, as we speak, the Browns game is playing right now. Everybody's like tweeting me congratulations and shit.
Bruh. Hey, yo, look. I don't like to speak on anything until it's already said and done. But I said they were going to beat the Steelers in the playoffs. And I guess that's all that matters, you know? Like,
True. But yeah, here we are. I just wanted to do that to give everybody a little introduction into who we are. I think that was warranted after 83 episodes. I think the last time we did something like this was back in like 40s or something like that. No, it was 50. Because
you chose a good time for this because we haven't like kind of reintroduced ourselves, and we should make that a little bit of a better habit, like every 20, 25 episodes, because that's a decent chunk of episodes. True. You know, that's half a year. Yeah, 25 episodes. So like, yeah, we should definitely be reintroducing ourselves every 6 months or so.
True. So a little quick stuff. But first we got to get started with this winter season, man. This winter season finally popped off after we did the winter preview. What was that, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was like, what was it? We recorded that on like the 12th of December or something like that. Yeah. It might have been a little bit before that. Yeah, you're right. So it finally jumped off. Some shows are still haven't like came out yet. Like a lot of like Reincarnated as a Slime. Well, by the time you're hearing this, it'll be out. So, you know, bear with me. But Reincarnated as a Slime, we're still waiting for it to premiere. Dr. Stone, we're still waiting for. Log Horizon 3, I'm still waiting for. Jujutsu Kaisen is still coming back in 4 days from the time we're recording this. So there's still a bunch of shows that are ongoing that's coming soon still, but there was still, I think I got like 6 or 7 shows that I watched on top of our Yu Yu Hakusho talk. On top, yeah, I got a couple I watched too. Yeah, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So 6.
Yep, I think we both got like 6 minus the Attack on Titan and ReZero, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't count that either, but you know.
Yeah, so we got a lot to go through. You want to start?
Oh, you want me to start?
If you don't,
I got
mind. I feel like I've been talking.
I got a prediction for my favorite of this season
already before everything else even came.
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh man, hear you out.
Cause I watched some bad shit today too, bro. Like some real bad stuff, bro. But I didn't want to start off with nothing bad. It's called Praetor no Kizu, or Scar on the Praetor. I literally just finished it before we started recording, and I like the concept of this episode. I just have like a very small amount.
Wait, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
Scar on the Praetor.
Oh, okay. Scar on the Praetor.
So, yeah, the only issue I have with this show starting off is the fact that it is 2D characters that are beautifully drawn, and their motion looks really well on a 3D background that seems choppy and like it can sometimes seem like it's just lagging behind the characters, right?
Interesting.
But
yeah.
like how like the interest of the world is already, like, they didn't go too deep into the world. It was more about the characters and the roles of the characters, right?
I see.
And like how these character dynamics, not necessarily how they work, but more how the characters interact with the world, almost like and that there's an issue to begin with. And I really enjoyed that they introduced that immediately.
Right.
And we have a character in the show named AG who is not trash. He didn't get anyone killed. I said this on Twitter, and Wang's a Bebop. She said something like, I don't know who homie on the left is, but AG on the right is baby. And I was like, I hate AG on the right so bad, bro. Banana Fish AG is the worst.
He's terrible.
Scar on the Praetor, it seems like it's an action oriented show. Okay. How it works out is basically there are characters in the world who gain these like ethereal tattoos from like otherworldly beings.
Okay.
And essentially the tattoos grant them protection. It's like divine protection. Mm-hmm. Our main character, or who we would assume is the main character, AG, in the beginning, is considered the hero of Atsushi, which is like Atsuki, which is like the town. And basically he protected the town and stopped an all-out battle essentially by himself with him and his group, the Helios. And how it kind of works out is we have a character who is like a fan of his because he's a hero, you know, like right. Not like, I'm a superhero, because it's not like he has superpowers. He just has a gun and divine protection. But he can still be hurt when he gets hit with like bullets and stuff. They don't affect him, but he's still like, they don't actually hit his body and give him like physical damage, but he still gets hurt by it, right?
Interesting.
So like he still feels the pain, he just doesn't take the actual bullet, so he can't die from it, right?
Right.
But he ends up protecting our side character, or who's probably gonna be our main character, and he takes a bullet, and AG passes his tattoo insignia onto him.
So now he has the ability to take bullets to the chin.
Yeah. So we're going to see how that goes. But this is only the first episode. There's more details. I'm just going to recommend watching it. But I'm just going to top that off really quick with the fact that I also watched a show called X-Arm. I'm going to finish it. But it's the worst shit I think I've watched in a long time, bro. Like, this X-Arm might give Demon Lord Retry a run for it.
No way. Now I got to turn it on.
Oh my God. No, as soon as you turn it on, you're gonna turn that bitch off, bro. It looks worse. Like, imagine Code Lyoko. But
that's my shit though. No.
Imagine Code Lyoko, but like it's a shitty video game. And I mean, like, not like how Code Lyoko, they go inside the Isekai world. This X-Arm, I don't even think the concept or premise of the show is good.
Interesting.
If you want to turn on something that just feels bad, like feels bad, man, Yeah, turn that shit on.
Turn that shit
and you're gonna be
on.
like, ooh, okay, that's bad. It does not look good. And I think that instantly turned me off. But when I tried to like look past, I was like, I'm gonna look past it, I'm gonna watch it just to see if it give us something like worthwhile. And nah, bro. Nah. It didn't.
That ain't it.
Not no storyline. The characters are trash. No, I'm not feeling it.
Wow. That is interesting. Okay. All right, well, let me. I guess there's two I got. There's one that I started that I just couldn't. It's beautiful, gorgeous show, and I think I'm going to try to watch it, but I don't know if I can get over, watch another one of these shows. But it's called supposed kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to the city or some shit like that. I started.
I was gonna turn that on. I'm glad you watched it because I was gonna watch it.
I didn't watch it. I got like 7 minutes in. And I'm like, there's so much other stuff I can watch. I just turned it off for now, and I turned on something else. It looks very pretty because you were talking about animation. I'm like, for one, this season's animation for a lot of shows looks gorgeous. Yes. The one I really want to talk about that I watched called Bottom Tier Character, Tomozaki. This show is beautiful, and I'm really loving this story so far. Episode 1. What's up?
I was gonna say, so it says bottom tier character. Do you think he's gonna turn out like Jinwoo?
No, and let me explain why. I'm gonna give you the premise of this one. So, essentially, he's a video game player, right? He's a super neat type of. Well, he's not a neat because he's actually going out and about and going to school and stuff like that. But he's a dork in school. He doesn't talk to anybody. He's a loner.
Okay.
He's extremely good. He's number 1 in the world in a game called I think it's called what they call it. It's essentially Smash Brothers, like almost to a T, but obviously they can't call it Smash Brothers because of legal reasons. But he's really good at this game. Number 1 in the entire world, plays online against anybody, beats their ass. Like he's a top tier player. Now, he's just going through life, playing the game when he's off of school, at school, being a loner, minding his own business. This has some of the best dialogue I've heard since probably My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. He's really, really good at that. The voice acting and sub is incredible too. But he essentially gets a message from the number 2 player in the world. The number 2 player in the world messaged him and say, "Hey, let's finally meet up in real life. We've been playing against each other for a long time now. Let's see what's going on." So he's like, I don't really want to do this because the game of life sucks real bad. It's like a shit tier game. He's talking about the game of life. I only want to be in my game world. I'm gonna call it Smash. Just call something else in the show. I only want to be in my game world Smash because that's a god tier game. The game of life is a shit tier game. So he's like, okay, I'll do it. Whatever. I'll meet the number 2 person because I'm curious to see who this guy really is. He goes out and he meets the number 2 player in the world that gives him like the run for his money. And it ends up being his classmate, who is a female who is extremely good at the game of life. Like she's number 1 in like track and field. She's fantastic in like making friends. She's super bubbly and smiley and just the pitch perfect student. He meets her and then she meets him and they figure out it's who each other is. And she's fucking salty. She's salty that her idol, the number 1 Smash player, is essentially this guy who gave up on life because he showed up dirty shoes, dirty pants, wrinkled shirt. Like he was a piece of shit. She expected somebody to be like, I guess a guy
here character.
Yeah, like exactly like the main character of an anime. And when she got that, they go into this conversation that they have where he tells her about how much he hates the game of life, and she talks about how much she loves the game of life and how you can beat it just as good as you are beating people in Smash. And she tasks him with basically starting to play the game of life, being a player of the game of life. Essentially, they're treating life like a game. So she's like, essentially, you ever seen that show Love Don't Cost a Thing? Not show, movie.
Yeah, of course.
Nick Cannon and Christina Milian. That's exactly what this essentially will be. I got a feeling.
The only person who hasn't seen that is Unbothered Mike.
Probably.
We gotta tag him on that part.
Probably. But yeah, she's essentially trying to quote unquote make him over, but the way she's doing it is she's treating it like a game by giving him a main quest. His main quest is to get a girlfriend, but he has side quests to build him up to that main quest, and he's going to work through it. Like right now, his first task is essentially to wear a mask over his face, like the COVID masks, but essentially train his face to learn how to smile by always smiling under the mask, no matter what. He can't stop smiling. So he's going through, and he's essentially going to try to give this game of life a try, because he was convinced by her speech. And again, both these characters are real good. Like the female character, you look at her like, I don't know if I like her, because she's like fake, right? She's that perfect student, perfect friend type of person in this world. But like when she goes home, it's just, she's no different than him, essentially. But she actually is. She just figured out the secrets of life. And I am loving where this show's looking like it's going to go.
Now, I was gonna say some people like really deserve that though, like a chance at like treating life like a game and trying to actually live through that experience. Someone to kind of coach them and guide them through. Yes. Because a lot of us don't have that, but that's just a dope concept. I actually kind of like that.
And his monologues are so depressing. He's like, I don't like it. But he essentially is like, he tells himself like, I would hate for somebody to call Smash Brothers a shit tier game when it's really like a god tier game. Because you're not good at it don't mean you call it a shit tier game. So he's like, oh, but wait, I call life a shit tier game. So like I need to yes, there we go. Sorry, it's over. That's like the final score.
It's the final score.
Okay, thank God. Okay, Browns beat the Steelers in the playoffs. Holy shit. This is the first time this ever happened in my entire lifetime. But
no, it's not.
It is.
Well, probably in the playoffs. Yeah, we ain't seen the
Yes, and they haven't been to the playoffs since I was born.
No, Tim Couch.
Well, Tim Couch and Kelly Holcomb. Kelly Holcomb went to the playoffs. This isn't the Browns podcast. Anyway. But yeah, it's a great show. The show is fantastic so far. It's very pretty, well animated, great character art. They do that thing of like slight CGI. It's like a 2D type of plane. Yeah. Like there's levels to the animation, to the backgrounds and stuff, which I appreciate a lot. Like it's beautiful. I think everybody should watch this one. I don't know if y'all will want to watch it week to week. I think y'all should, but I know how, the internet likes to just binge stuff instead. So yeah, that's one that's
add that to my list.
It's going to be special. I got a feeling if it keeps going at this pace. What else you got?
So I kind of hoped you watched this one, but I can imagine you didn't. It's Sama Spider. So what?
Yeah, I wasn't in a rush to watch it.
Okay, so this show is not necessarily like good, but here's the thing: is that it reminds me of Reincarnated as a Slime, from the beginning, but funnier, right? Wow. I think Reincarnated as Slime took itself a little bit more seriously than this one, because our main character is a spider, which is basically he's a shit tier character. And you know how spiders, like some spider species, when they are born, they don't have food. So how they live is they cannibalize each other. So he's entered into it's not even a he.
I was about to say it's a female.
Our main character is a girl, and she gets turned into a spider, and she's born into the spider world with all her spider siblings, and they go hard. And she hurries up and like skitters away, and she has 100 ability points, and she spends those points on like an ability because she's like, in all the games I've ever played, this ability is awesome, and it's fucking, what is it called? Appraise. It's the appraisal ability.
Oh no, that's not an awesome ability.
On the appraisal ability. And she's like, now when I pick up this rock, it's gonna tell me exactly what it is. And he picks up the rock and it says rock.
Good job.
She touches the wall, appraise. It says wall. She praises herself. It says spider, unnamed. So she's just a basic level, low level spider. Level 1 ain't got shit on her. So she's going through this dungeon, and basically it's kind of funny because she's trying to figure out like how is she going to survive, and she's going through the cave where she was born, and literally she turns a corner and it's like deer and wolves, and all you see is like two little pillars of like that's like a mountain or like a hill inside of the dungeon, and then the rest of the dungeon extending out very far, and it's just nothing but red eyes, and they're all like deer with sharp horns and teeth, and wolves. And she says appraise, and it says wolf, 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 deer, 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 deer. And it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, you gonna die, you go that way. But episode starts with basically her figuring out how to use her ability, and also we find out, but she doesn't know, that people in her class were also transported to this world when they died.
Oh, and they are also reincarnations. Interesting.
Yes. And they all became people except for one of them, who became like a little fairy dragon kind of thing. So it's like everyone is a human except for the fairy dragon and our main character. And it's like, I kind of think that's cool, but also like I feel like because she's a spider, she gonna get the short end of the stick easy. Like a fairy dragon is like, oh my god, you're so cute, right? I'll befriend you. But she finds an adventurer, and the adventurer killed one of the other spiders. So it's like, yeah, no one's gonna save you. You got to do this by yourself, shorty.
I don't know if I'm too interested in that premise. I heard a lot of good things about the manga, but I think I'm cool. 63% on Nanny List already. Didn't premiere well. I think I'm gonna leave that one to you though.
Yeah, I don't think it's good, but I think it's funny. Like it's actually like kind of funny, but it's not like hilarious. But it's funnier than some of the comedy anime I've already watched.
Dope. All right, I got this one that I'm so looking forward to. I'm surprised it doesn't have the ecchi tag, but it's called The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. This show,
I thought it had an ecchi tag on it.
It don't. From what I'm looking at, it should though. I am. This is a polo ass anime. So it's not an isekai. It's just the world. This is the world that they're establishing in episode 1. What it is, what it's about. So you have a noble system. You have, the bottom of the noble system and then the top of the noble system, like barons and shit like that. So this guy, he's a part of the bottomless of nobles, like the worst noble family you can possibly be a part of. He's a part of it. He was blessed with the ability to, what's the ability called? No, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but he has the ability to essentially appraise, but it's like a omni, what's that called again?
Does he like have senses that he can sense everything?
No. I'm trying to see if it's in the description at all. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't have it. But basically, he has the ability to sense the future or whatever you want to call it, or like just research with this. Okay, he has this guy in his head who basically gives him the answers to stuff when he asks a question. That's what it is. Okay. But the problem is when he uses this power, it gives him headaches that essentially makes him want to die because the headaches are so bad. But the power is actually pretty decent. Like you can essentially ask him anything you want, and depending on how deep what you're asking him is, your headaches can hurt you real bad, or it can hurt you sort of bad. Like it just depends on the situation. So he wakes up. He's supposed to go to this library and become a librarian. One of the higher nobles takes that job from him because they have the hierarchy in this world. So then he's like, well, fuck, I don't have a job anymore. What am I going to do? He decides I'm going to be an adventurer. An adventurer is just like as if any other adventurer in any other isekai will be. But again, this isn't an isekai. He goes and asks he uses his power. He asks, okay, how can I train to become an adventurer the best way possible? He says, you have to go to a hidden dungeon. Okay. He says, what's the closest hidden dungeon? It's 15,000 meters away. He goes to the dungeon and essentially meets this girl who was trapped in this dungeon, who has like one of the strongest magic powers in this world. He goes up to her and she's like calling out to him. And she's just excited that she can talk to somebody. Like she's literally bound up by chains and she's been there for 200 years. And she's just excited to talk to somebody because she hasn't been able to talk to somebody for 200 years because she was locked in the dungeon. So she talks to him, and then he essentially, long story short, she passes her power to him, which means now he has the power to basically her power was create, edit, and I think change. So basically, yeah, think about that.
She's Photoshop.
She's Photoshop. She's essentially Photoshop, bro. That's perfect. So so the problem is you have that ability, but it costs life points to use. So depending on how much you want to change or how much you want to edit or how much you want to create will take away your life points. Now, this is where this anime gets so polo-y that it's crazy. In order to recover your life points, you have to engage something with the opposite sex. So hugging, kissing will give you more life points. Not only that, but like spending a lot of money and getting enjoyment from that will give you more life points. What else? Eating delicious meals, like some really, really, really good food will give you more life points. But essentially,
oh my goodness,
our character is going the route of doing things with the opposite sex. Now, what I like about this character is he don't gives a fuck. Okay, he's well liked. Okay, and he's like not hesitant about kissing another girl, like kissing his childhood best friend. He's not hesitating about asking, to lay on her lap or whatever the situation is, and I enjoy that.
He got that energy Polo likes.
Yeah, the energy. I like that confidence. So he takes the adventurer's test and he passes it with flying colors because he kills essentially a Reaper. That gives him a shit ton of points to pass the adventurer's class, and that's where it takes off from there. That's where the show ends, and it goes into what the show is. And I am so looking forward to this every week that I can't. There's no way I can not watch this. This is a Polo ass show, and I'm here for it.
If it's that good, I'm probably gonna have to watch it too.
You're gonna have to pick it up, bro. You might as well pick it up.
I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the list.
It's because it's funny and like it's beautiful. Like it's animated well. Again, I'm looking forward to see where this goes. It's only 12 episodes, of course, because that's how they like to do shows like this. Look quick.
I wanted to watch it anyway, though.
Yeah, true.
So like I was gonna add this to the list regardless, but like now I'm more interested.
I think you'll enjoy it. All right, what you got?
Okay. Next on King Teliano's watch list, the anime that Polo think that I gave too high of a rating.
I don't think.
Beastar. Nah, bro.
I know.
I mean, hey, look, I'll take it. But I'm just gonna say, Beastars is just. I enjoy this show, and I know like I could just be ridiculous if that's the scenario. But this show has like a certain I feel like there's just so much more darkness in the show.
Yes.
Than like they like initially let on. So like in the show we begin with Legoshi and
Time out. Just to clarify real quick, if you don't mind. I don't want to step in here. I do like Beastars too. Like I love the story of Beastars. I love the whole concept of Beastars. I just want to throw that out there. It's not like I hate Beastars, so I wanted to clear that up. I'm looking forward to watching it. My fault.
Nah, I mean we don't think that you hate the show. I was just saying that like the show to me just has like a level of darkness that I think I like, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I liked Beastars so much more is because I feel like Legoshi sometimes. And I think I explained that before is I feel like I am suppressing my inner like I don't know wildness in order to like fit in. And that's how Legoshi is. And in this, it kind of seems like he may be trying to break out of that. And he kind of has this like idea that there's something hunting him or following him in his first episode. We still get to see his relationship with Haru. As we remember from the last episode of season 1, we didn't know where Louis was, but he did come back.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He did come back, but he had apparently been missing for 2 months.
Jesus Christ.
And he resigned from the school. So we don't know what's going to happen next.
Wow, okay.
But this opening episode for Beastars, I'm kind of really excited for it. I have a prediction for the next episode as to what actually has been following Legacy, because we haven't seen this kind of character yet. So I'm assuming it is this kind of character. But if you're going to watch Beastars season 2, please let me know. It's not really hitting Netflix until later. So, throwing your VPN on Netflix to watch it.
Yeah. What, is it something higher on the food chain for him?
I don't think it's necessarily higher on the food chain for a wolf, right? It would normally be higher on the food chain for a smaller animal, but depending on the size of said animal.
I see.
I'm just going to say what I think it is. I think it's a snake that's been following him.
Interesting.
And I think it's like a large ass snake because like in this first episode, because it's the first episode, you'll see if you watch the first episode.
Yeah, of course.
But basically what's been happening is that there was a guinea pig that was climbing around in the ventilation of the school and scaring everyone. So it got caught on a camera because there's a motion trigger camera in the ventilation, and they found out what it was. But Legoshi has been hearing something following him throughout the school. Like he'll be somewhere and he hears like there's rattling. So that's why I think it's a snake, because he doesn't necessarily know what it is and no one else can hear it. And I'm just like, maybe it's because he's a wolf and he has keen hearing.
Right.
But he goes by himself intentionally and he says, hey, just come out and let me know who you are, because everyone's gonna think I'm a fucking psychopath or I'm crazy if you don't stop following me. And all we see is this like figure drop from the ceiling, and all you see is kind of lumps, but it doesn't show you what it is. It's like kind of side of it. So I think it's a snake.
You might be right.
I'm excited because I feel like this show about to be. I feel like it's about to be way better than season 1.
I can't wait
because of the depths they're going to go into, and it's not going to be so like I guess relationship driven. It's going to be like they already have established relationships and then building off of that. Dope.
I'm looking forward to something like that. That's incredible. Well, I'm gonna go on this one real quick. One of the shows I've been looking forward to probably the most, obviously outside of Attack on Titan and Promised Neverland 2 and Re:Zero, is Quintessential Quintuplets 2. This episode started off so fucking fire. It's finally to the point where we're getting like further into the back end of the story, because essentially the front end of the story is this guy has to train these quintuplets in school because they're all terrible. They're so stupid, it's ridiculous. But his goal is to tutor them. But the back end of the story was that back in when they were in, I believe, elementary school, one of the girls met with our main character Futaro, and like they were like, they became close on a school trip, and he doesn't know which one of these sisters that it is. Like he's been trying to figure that out like behind the scenes. But in the first episode, he brings it to the forefront. Like, hey, one of you girls are the girl that I met when I was a child. I want to know who it is, basically. And he's trying to figure it out. And it started off so fucking good. They changed studios, so the art direction is different and the animation is different. And I kind of like it. But the other studio was like more, I guess, even more voluptuous with the quintuplets than this one is.
The extra shaky stuff.
Yeah, and this one the studio is kind of like stepping back from it. But as we talked about last week, this is like one of the most popular shows in Japan right now. So that's probably why.
It's been one of the most popular shows for a while, right?
Yeah.
I do want to say, as a slight watchers update, Panda is watching, or she finished, I think she is watching Quintessential Quintuplets.
So good.
And she been tweeting me. Finished the first season, and she loved it. And she was talking about how big one of the quintuplets breast is.
All of them are. What are quintuplets?
All of them. They're endowed. They just got them things.
They got them joints. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't have any complaints with that. I'm gonna watch season 1.
Please
I think
do.
that's next on my list after I because I didn't technically finish Kaguya-sama. I'm on episode 8 because I started picking up a lot of this other stuff. So I'll be finished with Kaguya-sama probably tomorrow, and then we'll go there. But yeah, I'm excited to actually watch that, since everybody's so hyped about it. It better be real good.
Man, it's real good. I've been telling, it's real good. It's real good.
If it wasn't for this Watchers 100 challenge, I would not be watching Quintessential Quintuplets. I'm just gonna be real.
That's crazy. It's so good though. You would have regretted it.
It's got to be good too. I know it's good.
It is. It really is. It's real good. And real quick, I'm gonna throw out a few more shows that I watched that I think you guys should watch because we are 40 minutes into this episode. So, I watched what is this called? Kimono Jaheen, which is a supernatural action anime, which I think you should definitely you will like. I definitely like it so far in the first episode. I also watched Jobless Reincarnation. It seems like the typical isekai, being reincarnated into a world, learning about their magic and doing something different with it that they're not used to, kind of like a Wise Man's Grandchild. So that's one I think people should check out too.
Jobless what?
Jobless Reincarnation. And then I think that's all I watched that we both didn't watch. I cannot wait till Redo of a Healer comes out. That's gonna break the internet.
I was thinking about watching that too. Redo of a Healer.
No, we have to watch that. It's gonna destroy Twitter. I'm telling you now.
You think so?
100%. If it's animated correctly, because I've read, because this is a kind of older manga or light novel, and I read I think the first 2 chapters, if I remember correctly. It was a while ago. It's fucking crazy, and I just dropped it because it was before I was even into manga and shit like that, and forgot all about it. And it's crazy that I forgot about it until I really saw that it was coming out as an anime. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Well, I'm okay with that. If it's that good,
yeah, we have to.
We in there for sure.
2 days, bro. Yeah, that's it for that. What about you?
Nah, actually, that's yep, that's it that I have for the time being. I know we have some questions on Twitter, right?
Yes, sir. That's where we're going next. We're gonna slide over to Twitter to answer you guys' question. We get questions every Sunday before we record to see what you guys say. Yeah.
So we had an Instagram question too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. So, Blender man. I love him. Let me see here. Rob J _ Rob J says, who will win in the 1-on-1 basketball game between y'all? Damn, we used to play a lot, but I don't remember.
I'm beating Polo in a 1-on-1 basketball game now. If we saying right now.
If we saying right now,
back in the day,
100% you whooping my ass.
Right now, yeah, right now I'm beating Polo. Back in the day, Polo had a better shot than me, but he was a driver. Yep. Yep. And I didn't care if you fouled me; it didn't matter. And I was gonna fall to the ground, shoot the ball. Like I wasn't even gonna. I was gonna throw the ball with my left hand because it tipped out my right hand.
I do remember you had all the crazy ass twist layups and shit. All that was wild.
I swear I thought I was Allen Iverson, man. True. I thought I was Allen Iverson. Like fuck, bro. And I would drive to the hole, and it didn't matter who you were, and I just score that little point and walk away like nothing happened. Yep. It was. But nah, if it's now, I'm beating Polo. If it was back in the day. Don't say I'm destroying you, but back in the day, Back in the day, Polo had the jump shot, and I was only slightly taller back then. Yep.
Okay. We're gonna go to Panda. Panda says, "Who will win in the fight to the death between Jinwoo and Rimuru Tempest?"
So this is easy to me.
Yeah,
but very
I want you
easy.
To go
first, Polo.
Jinwoo. Yeah. I'm gonna say
it is not spitting. Hold up.
Yeah,
Jinwoo is beating Rimuru Tempest.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a way to kill him.
That's what I do think he does, though. I do think there's some like poisons or something that he can because he's immune to poisons. Oh shit, I may be wrong here. It may be Rimuru.
It literally just dissolves everything.
Yeah, that's right. How could I forget? Rimuru literally takes everything and then reuses it again. I forgot about that. Increases own shit.
If Jinwoo tries to summon his army, Rimuru just
gonna eat him. Yep. Never mind. I'm wrong. It's Rimuru.
I was about to say the man got a whole demon and dragon inside of him, bro.
That's true. I totally forgot about that. I forgot that he eats them. Like I don't know how. That's the biggest part about that show, and I totally forgot about it. He has the
demon dragon. He has the orc lord.
Yep. It'll be a cool ass looking fight though. I tell you that.
I
much.
think it would be dope as fuck because Ramiro's not gonna be able to eat him right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I think Jinwoo has the ability to like keep up with him. I think Jinwoo would definitely be faster.
100% faster.
I just don't think Jinwoo could land an actual hit that's gonna hurt him because he's flying.
The problem again that I forgot about is him eating everything. So all of his summons would just get eaten until his mana's gone. Mm-hmm. But they disappear after they get quote unquote eaten. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, that's the thing is like they don't. If he's dissolving it into his system and then he revives them, because the revive doesn't necessarily mean they come back. They restore if they take damage, but if they actually disappear, he revives them through a different means. You know.
Yeah.
So I think Ramiro wins that fight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because he just eats the shit, so it's just not even fair when you think about it. All right, Vash hits us up and says, he got us 2 questions. If I can, what's your favorite anime? No, he's just okay. Sorry, what's your favorite anime this season? That you're looking forward for?
Oh, you want me to lead this?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Promise Neverland. Number 1 is definitely ReZero. I'm ready for Return of Jujutsu Kaisen. Attack on fucking Titan because Eren Yeager. Holy shit. Yeah, those are gonna be my favorites right now. But yeah.
What's your favorite anime this season that you're looking forward for? Just one.
One? ReZero?
ReZero. Same page there.
It's so hard though because there's so many good ones.
Speak of the devil. Cool. One more. This is the second question. I don't recall if you answered this before. I know how much you guys love ReZero, but when it comes to an isekai, which is your favorite and which has the most rewatchability?
You start this one off.
I mean, ReZero is all of that. It's literally the answer to that question. And I say this because the rewatchability of ReZero is insane because there's always something you missed when you go back and rewatched it. I watched it 4 times season 1 and was finding shit left and right that I just didn't know I missed until I rewatched it. And then when I started, I'm gonna talk about this later. When I started season 2, I went back to watch the last episode of season 2 part 1. And man, I missed so much, you know what I'm saying? Like with the conversation between the witches. So like ReZero has the best rewatchability. Isekai, as far as the, it's my favorite isekai for sure. I love, but Log Horizon is up there. And I love Grimgar. So I'm gonna have to say ReZero, Grimgar, Log Horizon, Sword Art. Top 4.
So here's my thing is that like I rewatched ReZero season 1 like 4 times too. And after, I'm gonna be real with you, like that first watch through, once you hit like episode 16, I was so hurt that I didn't really enjoy. I was like, God damn my heart. Now, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it because everything about it was enjoyable in terms of story.
Yeah.
But I felt like my heart was so stomped on that I was just like, oh my God, can it get better? Is it going to get better? When is it going to get better? Yeah. Please tell me it gets better. Yeah, it definitely has all of that. I guess if I had to say any isekai I've watched the most would definitely be ReZero.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to say anything else. The only other one I've watched as much as that would be Sword Art Online because I've watched that first season. I've probably watched that first season more, but I haven't watched the other seasons as much.
Right. Which is easy to not do.
Very easy.
Will Jada and Lattice become best friends? What's y'all score in the Watchers Anime Challenge? And who is your favorite overpowered characters? This comes from Scuba Steve.
All right. Jada and Lattice will very much so likely become best friends. I don't know if you knew, we played D&D the other night. Or was that last night? Jada is my character. He's a bard, and you know how I do. I get active.
Always do the bards, and
yeah. And I talk mad shit and talk a lot. But yeah, definitely we'll be best friends at some point. Second thing is what favorite overpowered character.
Yes.
So it's hard for me to choose like my favorite overpowered character because I really like Rimuru Tempest a lot, but I don't know if he's my favorite because Ikki Kuragane from Chivalry of a Failed Knight, he's not necessarily overpowered, but like his ability is ridiculous. Like the ability to trade everything he has for just like the ultimate power in terms of destroying shit. I would consider that overpowered, even though he's not really overpowered. So it's hard torn for me. So I'm gonna say Rimuru probably because he's actually overpowered.
For me, it's going to definitely be Anos Voldigold.
I know my brother, y'all.
His confidence, his swag is top for sure. And his ability is insane. Like you can't nobody can do shit. Can't nobody do shit with him. And then I do like Overlord 2. What's his name again? Fuck it. My only issue with Overlord though was no finish.
Well, also, not necessarily that, but like the character himself just didn't seem as good as like Anos. Like
true.
Anos seemed much more developed. Rimuru seemed way more developed. Like these characters had way more like character development, in my opinion.
No, I agree. But he's a fucking beast to watch work. Yeah,
he'd just be like, I kill you.
True. And then he's asked, "What's your score?" I'm not participating in the Watchers Challenge. I'm here to assist all my friends in the Watchers Challenge. But what is your score?
Oh, my score?
That was a part of his question.
I have watched
tallying up it right now.
Akira. I haven't watched Log Horizon yet.
God, I'm looking forward to it.
I got stuff on this list I didn't have. I watched Akira, K. I'm at 4.
4 points.
But I have
okay.
Kaguya-sama Love is War, which will be finished tomorrow, so that'll be 4. Oh, and K season 2, that's what it was. So yeah, K season 1, season 2, Akira the movie, and Kaguya-sama Love is War will be finished tomorrow.
Dope. Let's see here. Let's go over to Instagram real quick.
We're gonna fight Scuba Steve for this question.
Destroy him. Scuba Steve replies to our story and says, what anime character do y'all think wears socks to bed?
I have an easy answer for that, but you let me know.
I don't know. I don't know anybody that's psychopathic.
Blackbeard from One Piece.
Okay. That's a Scuba Steve ass character.
A Kainu from One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna go Hakuto Kunai from Demon Lord Retry.
I think Reiner wears wet socks to bed. fuck him.
Yo, but bro, all right, that was cold. AG from Banana Fish.
Yes, bro, he definitely wears socks to bed. Fuck that dude.
Everyone from 91 Days.
They all wear socks to bed. I seen it. It was in the show.
Oh my god. Who else? I'm gonna say that's it. Maki's dad from Fire Force season 2.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker definitely wears socks.
He definitely wears socks in this.
And her brother too. Both them motherfuckers.
Her brother wear panties, and I don't have no issue with cross dressers. I just want to make that statement.
That's
like, I don't like him.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That was a good question, Steve. Thanks, bro. We appreciate that. All right, that's it for the questions. You want to slide over to get to know Mike Check Waifu real quick? Yeah,
I got we got 95 questions. I got the random number generator pulled up already. You ready to ask the question?
No, I'm not, because I'm a professional. Professional. I was ready, but then I accidentally updated my browser, and then there we are.
Hey, bro, it'd be like that, man. I ain't gonna judge you ever.
I appreciate that. We leave the judging to Judy, you know.
I mean, she don't even judge no more, do she?
Good question. I don't know. All right, you want to ready? I'm ready for you to roll.
70.
70 is list 2 pet peeves in anime. Last week we had 71, which is list 2 pet peeves in your daily life. This one is list 2 pet peeves in anime. I love this question.
Undeveloped characters and overly whiny characters with let's cut the undeveloped characters. Overly whiny characters who cry and whine a lot without development.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's why I don't understand why people complain about Midoriya so much, because that character has developed like
so much. Yeah.
And then let's go with just overall incoherent story and plot design.
Yes. I hate terrible power systems. I can't stand a power system that don't offer any reasoning behind gaining or losing power, i.e. Black Clover. Like, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I like for people to earn their power. I like for people to work on their power. I like people to grow with their power. I don't like power to just pop up. And that's why I don't like Black Clover. And then the story is also trash. But that is my biggest pet peeve in anime for sure.
Two pet peeves.
Oh, 2. Shit.
Black Clover in general is his second.
No. Poor storytelling. Like, bad storytelling. I can't rock with. Like, yeah, you can have a meathead anime that has a lot of fights and pretty colors, got a high school. But if the story don't make no fucking sense, that pisses me off. That makes me angry. And that's that. And with that, we're gonna slide into this break. I got this dope song for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's a surprise. I love it. You probably hear it now, but when we come back, we got to do UU talk. We got to talk about ReZero, Promise Neverland, and we're going to go into full spoilers into those shows and Attack on Titan. Did I say Attack on Titan? Well, I'm going to say it again. Attack on Titan.
You definitely said Attack on Titan.
For sure. I'm going to say it again. Attack on Titan. Full spoilers ahead for those shows. But before we do that, we're going to get into this UU talk right after this break. Is that you? Don'tTalkShop.com.
A brand that is anti-procrastination.
A brand that we believe in.
When it comes to following your dreams and goals,
we believe that it's best that you don't talk about it. Be about it.
Go to Don'tTalkShop.com and press start. Browse the shop.
And use that offer code WAIFU15 to save 15% off your entire cart.
Wear the change you want.
That's it. That's the one. We did it.
Is that you?
We starting off with you first.
And welcome back to Mic Check Waifu. Yes, we are. We're starting off with Yu Hakusho. I'm gonna keep that.
Polo just be doing me dirty.
Cue the music, Polo. Let's talk about the first half of season 4, the final season of Yu Hakusho. Man, what you feeling? So
I only have one statement, and I sent it to you in a text message.
I hate you so much.
I just gotta say this because it was the funniest part of all these episodes, bro. It was. What did I text you? You're not clean. You're a messy. And I was like, yo, These kids is mad funny, bro.
They're hilarious.
I wasn't expecting that. But no, like, so here's the overall just interesting part. We beat Shinsui, and Yusuke unlocks his demon blood potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of just goes all out and loses himself a little bit. I really liked some of the scenes from this, not necessarily like all of them, but the scenes I enjoyed were like moment scenes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the whole idea that Shinsui had this like epiphany that like humans are shitty, which we learned in season 3, but like also he had this like break in psyche to kind of keep his main soul intact in order to like handle different scenarios. I feel like that's a real life scenario where people like they don't know how to handle a type of trauma, so they develop another way of coping with it, and that's essentially what Shinsui did. I thought it was just like overall like super real, like in comparison to like some of the other things you see when characters psyche break in anime. But I loved when Yusuke's demon body did the spirit gun, and you saw the upside down cross kind of like rotate into the ball and just blow Shinsui like whole all the way back. I was like, oh, we doing Judas crosses now.
True. The show is still ugly as all hell, but they did have moments that looked good. Like that moment looked fucking sweet. Like I would take a picture of that and hang it on my wall. It looked so good. But this villain is still my least favorite villain in the entire series.
Who, Shinsui?
Yeah, Shinsui for sure. I understand everything you're saying, and I got it. I get it. But it was so lazily put, I think. I felt like it started to get rushed towards the end too. Like, what's up? Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say, like, I didn't. It's not that I dislike Shinsui. I'll tell you what I disliked about Shinsui. I disliked, not necessarily, and this has nothing to do with Shinsui right here. I disliked all his like counterpart characters, right? Like his little collection of characters. I didn't like them.
Yeah, they were all
none
terrible.
of them were good. The game master was the only one who was somewhat memorable to me. Like the sniper was cool and all, but like I literally had to just think of him because I was like, who are the other characters that?
The doctor was terrible.
The doctor who went on his own life, and Shinsui manipulated their minds to do that whole thing was stupid.
Yeah,
but Shinsui actually, in terms of like villains that we've had to actually interact with, like him and Toguro. Like Toguro, I think is above Shinsui in terms of like who the character is. But I think I like Shinsui better as like a character that was presenting like an alternative to Yusuke, because Shinsui is essentially someone who was in Yusuke's place but started off at a younger age and kind of seen too much at one point. But I also feel like at the age that they showed him when he saw that, like he had to already know that humans ain't shit.
100%.
You know,
like
he had to already know that.
Yeah, it was. I think it started off as lazy storytelling with what his motives were, but then they kind of try to clean it up with a different personality thing. Like
a little too little too late, you know?
Yeah. And that's the part that I'm like, I kind of just want to get past this arc. Chapter Black it might be my least favorite arc. I don't know. That fucking, what was that tower shit? That shit was pretty bad too.
I definitely like Chapter Black more than, I think I like Chapter Black more than most people do. Like,
you might. Definitely more than me.
Yeah, definitely more than you. I'm just like, if I had to compare, like Chapter Black is definitely better than that tower arc.
Yes. Yeah, that one was terrible.
It's better than to me, it's better than when Yusuke was going to get the power from Genkai.
Oh no, I disagree. I disagree with that one.
Cause that villain was trash, bro. Like he was just strong for fodder character strong. Yeah,
but it was a huge, that kind of set Yusuke into motion, I guess. The importance of him.
Yusuke also got mad lucky that entire time. Though.
Exactly.
Yeah, shit. But now, like in Chapter Black, like he was one of the strongest, realized his strength, started
killed.
To utilize it. He did get killed because Shinsui had some shit up his sleeve that even other motherfuckers didn't do. I did not like Koenma though. Like no, I do like Koenma as like his outfit, like him being a person and not a baby. I like that shit, but I don't like Koenma trying to come in and use his Mafuken. Don't do that because you're messing everything up, bro. You could have just stayed home with daddy and not did that.
Yeah, I still don't like Koenma, period. I think he's a waste of a character. You remember how it started? How Botan just talked about how important it was to respect Koenma. How did that just go completely out the fucking window for all characters? No characters. No characters respect him now. It was. I don't know.
The spirit force, the whatever King Yama's force. The only reason they was not bowing down to Koenma is because of what King Yama said.
That's fine.
Yama said, "Hey, yo, you have the authority to do blah blah blah. You know, don't kill my son, essentially, but do everything the fuck else." But everybody be treating Koenma like whatever. The only person who bow down to Koenma is Orc.
Yep, Ogre, but
Ogre. He be like, "Oh yes, sir, Koenma." That's it, bro. Nobody else give a fuck. Like we don't care.
From perspective from where it was to where it is now, I just think that's a funny I guess
but
downfall.
I think here's what makes what you said though 100% like make sense and what they should have done is that I think outside of the Mafuken they should have made Koenma like powerful but gave him like a limitation on Earth because he's too powerful or something like that.
Yes.
Like why do Koenma and King Yama not come to Earth?
Right.
He has no power but he's been pouring his spiritual pressure into this pacifier for 200 years and it does nothing.
Dick all, yeah.
It does nothing when Shinsui gets hit with it. Like Shinsui is able to just divert its power. Like what is he? Is he does he can divert energy to shields? Like I'm confused.
Yeah.
But why is Koenma not stronger? You know? Right. Why is his presence almost meaningless?
Yeah. Questions for the ages. I will say this though. I found myself getting emotional during the Yusuke second death because of Kuwabara. Kuwabara was like, it was like recapping everything and shit. I'm like, damn, like the love for the characters are the only thing that's important in this show to me. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything that goes on in this story wise. Like, yeah, he just wanted to release the demons to kill all humans because humans are bad people, but so are demons. That whole story arc is so fucking stupid to me. I don't even care. The characters, you like Yusuke and Kuwabara and Hiei and the other one. No, I'm just kidding. Kurama. They're all fantastic. Like they're just great characters, and they are literally carrying this show. Because everybody else to me, villain wise, is terrible except for Toguro. I love Genkai. I love Botan. Like it's just the characters. Characters are the only thing in the show that's holding it up for me.
Yeah.
And in the action, there's some dope action too. But you know, I don't care. I'm not all about that.
Like the action to me though is just like mad decent, and that the issue with is with that is because it's just an old show, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't get amazing action out of an old show like
exactly.
this, right? Like
you can't expect it.
Our age or older,
right?
You know?
Right.
What is it? 92? Yeah. So this show is a little bit younger than us. So realistically, like it's hard to believe that this show could have really high end action, but like that's where the investment has to be, is in the characters. And
yes.
Like I loved like when Hiei, Kurama, and Kuwabara got emotional.
Yeah.
And you
that
see like Hiei and Kurama are like, and that's what I also like too, is that the characters Hiei and Kurama are strong enough to realize when they're outmatched, right?
Yep. Whereas
Kuwabara is not quite that strong, but he has like the will. He's like, nah, that's my dude, and we gonna fight because you messing with my dude. And I like that, but Kurama and Hiei are like, but like, look at him. He's tough. And I don't think we can win this.
Yeah. I can't, but, it drove me fucking crazy to have them invent this spirit, this other power to like, it's just so many holes into this whole society of Yu Yu Hakusho that just had me thrown for a fucking loop. But again,
what, you talking about the sacred energy? Yeah,
but again, I was getting emotional for the character's sake, and that's what I appreciate the most. Like it had me there, but the rest of it is just kind of yikes. But for an old show, it definitely holds up. I think it's still watchable. I think the whole 14 episode thing is getting harder and harder and harder. As worse as this gets, I think it's going to get better now that he's with his ancestral father, or will be with his ancestral father.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to see how that goes. But it was so hard for me to get past this chapter black. Like I struggled. I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta watch this. Fuck, I gotta watch it. I got 2 more episodes. You can do it. You know, it was hard. It was rough.
I ain't find it that hard, but I get it, bro.
Yeah, I know. We different.
That's also true.
All right, let's what should we go to next? The spoilers.
Can we do Promise Neverland?
Yes, we can start off with Promise Neverland. Full spoilers ahead for Promise Neverland. So if you didn't watch season 2, episode 1, click away or pause this. Come back later.
You start off with the spoilers. I want to know what you think.
So we're with the kids again, and they're in the outside world, essentially. And I just felt so, it's not even that old. It hasn't even been that long, but I felt so much nostalgia.
It's literally like an hour from them escaping.
Yeah. But I just, being with the kids again is phenomenal. And I loved how, remembering the fact that they trained by playing tag while they were in the house, and then them still using that ability in this outside world, trying to escape the dangers of the outside world. It's special. It's special. All the little kids are adorable and lovable, and I like it.
And Phil's still at the house,
chilling. You know, unfortunately. But what you got?
I enjoyed the opening. The CGI for like the big characters, like you said,
the
was
spiders
very
was
off-putting.
Ugly.
There were some differences in this that were not in the manga.
Whoa.
That were in the manga that were not in this. And one of the things that bothered me the most about this specifically was, like, you remember the pen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was not mentioned in season 1
at all.
Yeah, they didn't have a scene about that at all in season 1. But in season 1, that pen is very, very important. That's how they even got this far and even found out who William Minerva was.
Wait,
they knew who William Minerva was
from the book. They did do an investigation on the book and stuff, but
that pen they had found way before that.
That pen wasn't given to him by the other sister?
It was given to them, but they didn't understand the use of the pen. They understood how to use the pen. There was just information that was left out that was in the manga.
Okay.
That didn't hit until this, right? because they already knew.
And they just kind of explained it. Yeah.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
That won't bother you though, because when I was watching it and I was like, if I didn't know that already, I was just like, oh, okay, they got a pen from Norman that helps them, right? And that's dope. But I felt on edge about like the demons coming after them.
Yes,
and,
bro.
Like I'm like, yo,
anxiety
like,
was through the roof.
And we see a difference between demons in this, right? Like there's the feral ones that are just like wild and they have no like cognitive understanding, right? And then we see the ones that are hunting in like a group, right? There were the ones that could talk that were like on 4 legs, and then there's the one carrying the big ass sword. Yeah. And it's like there's clearly a hierarchy to the types of creatures that are hunting our kids. And it was actually kind of like, I was like, yo, I'm on my edge of the seat. Like,
yeah,
I
straight
couldn't
up
wait to see this anime. And I'm so happy to be seeing this right now.
I thought Ray was gone. But
bro, you was about to, like, we about to lose Norman and Ray.
Yeah,
back to back. They didn't even give us no time in the episode.
My thought is, what the fuck is this world? You know, like, do they? And you don't go into details, obviously, but do they explain what this world is at all?
You will see very soon
what the world
what
is.
This world is and what their odds and chances are very soon.
Okay, that's good to know, because I just was like thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I can't even think of what this could be, but I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. This
know what this is.
I know
it. As soon as you start, like, they gonna see what the world is like, and you gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's what we doing, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see you.
I'm thinking to myself, this is my prediction, and Tell knows the answer because he reads the manga, so he knows. But I'm thinking to myself, this is like a alien invasion that went right for the aliens in like a previous world, and they just took over this shit, and they decided, hey, we like the way humans taste, so let's build these farms like they do in real life. Let's build these farms like they do in real life. For those watching the video version, Tell just fell out of his chair. and eat them up, cook them up, and survive. So that's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna say your response knocked me off my feet. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you if that's right or wrong though.
Yeah, cool. I love it though, man. I want to see. The episode went by so fucking fast, man. It felt like it started and it was over. I'm like, fuck, man.
And I hate the cliffhangers, bro.
Yeah, we've been getting destroyed with cliffhangers this week.
Like, if I promise you, if I didn't know what was happening next, I'd be like, yo. But I'm still like, yo, why couldn't y'all just show us? Why couldn't y'all just give us more? Y'all could have made this first episode an hour long.
Right. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I still got like 5 minutes left. And no, it was over. It was the fucking
bro,
credits.
You got an outro song and a ending.
That's
it. Like a 10-second preview for the next episode.
So disheartening. It's so many just cliffhangers this week that I just was like, okay, all right. Speaking of cliffhangers, let's go into Attack on Titan. I'm obviously saving ReZero for last.
Eren motherfucking Yeager, bro.
Full spoilers.
Eren Yeager is the GOAT. I'm telling you, like, who pulls up in somebody's own country? Like,
Reiner. Hello.
Okay, but he's different. Okay, he had a team, and Eren had a team too. Yeah. Eren got there by himself first and scoped shit out and was like, this is the scenario. This is what's coming soon. Let me call my squad. Hey, squad. I got this kid sending y'all a letter. I need y'all to pull up on this day. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got the squad. I need y'all to pull up on this day. Mm-hmm. And I loved how Eren just kind of talked, right?
Yes, man.
That
monologue was fucking beautiful.
The action that took place was like in the words.
Yep.
Why did my mother have to get eaten? Why did you do what you did? I'm just like you. You know, those words themselves were like resonance. Like they resonated with Reiner, with myself, probably with Polo. Like 100%. I'm just like you, and I'm just, if I have to save the world, what do I do? Yep. And I'm just like, Eren is the fucking GOAT, bro. Like,
I couldn't believe it when they sat down in that room from the previous episode.
Was shook, bro.
He was shook when he found out it was who it was, and I was like, yes, I never been so pleased. And then when he came up out of the fucking house, and the guy was like, "This is war," and the shit exploded around him, and the rock killed that dude in the background. I'm like, yo, this is fucking fantastic, man. This is the best fucking moment in anime in a very long time. Very long time.
Yeah, it's just so solid, bro. Like,
and to see what's his name, Armin too, pull up with the chin strap.
Up.
Yeah,
low key, he tall, huh?
he got real tall.
A little bit, huh?
Straight up, man. I can't wait to see what's gonna fucking happen. That cliffhanger was just too much, though.
We about to see this Warhammer Titan fight.
Yeah, that's what the next episode is called, the Warhammer Titan.
It's about to be scary.
So the Warhammer Titan is a part of the Tiber family, right?
Yes.
And it's not the dude that got his ass, about to get his ass eaten, or is that him?
You'll see.
Okay. Because he was fucked up.
If I'm not mistaken, the Warhammer Titan is a woman.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. Because that dude was about to get his ass eaten. And
when he up in the air?
Yep.
Up in the air like that.
His fucking leg was smashed, head smashed.
Oh, yo, Eren was like, "Hey, yo, Marlians, I need y'all to hold this L real quick."
So, damn, you read the manga, but is Armin gonna colossal tighten his ass in there? Imagine how fucking dope that's gonna be. Oh shit, the fucking nuke go off and just blow them to smithereens. I cannot wait.
When I tell you that Eren Yeager is the GOAT, just remember that I said that.
True.
That's all I needed to say.
Where the fuck is Mikasa though? Oh man, I am gonna be sad if what's her name die though. Not sad. I actually don't give a fuck about her either.
Ooh.
But she's a waifu. You know what I'm talking about. The Pick. What's her name? It starts
Peak?
with Peak.
Pike, the cart.
Pike. Yes, the cart titan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sad when I hope she die, but she's gonna be one that I'm gonna be sad about. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Is Reiner going armored? Did he save Falco? It's so much shit that just goes on into this episode, and I'm just like, wow. Not that I give a fuck about Falco either. I don't give a fuck about none of the Marlians, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know what I want to happen? I'm gonna tell you what I want to happen.
Please tell me what you want to happen.
I want Reiner to help, and then I want him to just take his fucking death to the chin. Like help Eren destroy this fucking place and then get bodied. I just want him to die. But I want him to die helping our main character. That's what I want. It's fantastic though. I can't wait.
All right. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Let's go
Dragon Titan Z.
Let's go to our number one anime of 2020. ReZero, bro. God, it literally picks up right where it left off. Like I said, I watched the last episode of part 1, and it was the perfect transition into season 2, part 2, because like I said, it picked up right where it left off. And my goodness, man, my goodness.
So ReZero does a great job at like creating a problem and then presenting a resolution. And I think they do a good job at like giving Subaru the like motivation for that resolution, right?
Yes. Not
necessarily just saying like, here's a resolution and just do it. It's about the motivations, the characters tied to those resolutions, how you treat those characters to get the resolutions you want.
Yep.
It's all about the interactions. And And that's what makes ReZero like special, right? It's like we have like this really interesting mix of so many different things, right? Like he's interacting with the clone girls and how he's figuring out plans on how to talk to them. So we kind of in our mind like, okay, so how do you address this one to get this reaction?
Right.
How do we talk to old double color eye dude and get him on our side and get him to do what we need him to do?
Yes.
So there's just different. There's so many different layers to the interactions of the characters, and we've been in this town in this same day for how many episodes now?
13 because this is 13.
Because we've been in the same day for so long. Yep. But the thing is that none of these days are exactly the same, but we know what the outcome is should things not go properly.
Yep. I cannot believe how fucking good this is, dude. Because you think about the situation, right? He was ready to give up after he talked to why can't I think of his name right now?
Who?
The clown.
Garfield?
No.
Oh, the clown looking dude?
Yeah.
What is his name?
He's so important.
I had his name on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
It begins with the R.
Yep.
Roswell.
Yep. When he was talking to Roswell, that conversation and how he was just about ready to give up, and then going back to having his friend basically, that friendship is weird because it's almost like Otto knows the situation, right? It's almost like
I feel the same.
Yeah, it's almost like Otto is a part of the restarts, which means that he knows a lot more about Subaru than
he's letting on.
Yeah, than he's letting on because like you said, they've been living pretty much the same day and then the same 3 days, which leads to the events of the mansion and the bunnies coming through. So there's so many moving parts in ReZero that is just done so well. But I don't know even where to start because there's just so much. What's going to happen now that he knows about Amelia's past? What's going to happen with her not having Puck? Like, it's just so much shit.
Now, the Puck thing bothered me. I was hurt.
Yeah, I was
Mr.
crazy.
Freeze the world. You already fucked our lives. Now you want to disappear? Who gave you that permission?
And yeah, why?
Sir, I almost cried.
And the reason being...
Like, where you going, Puck?
And that was the most important part about this episode. Puck disappearing was the reason why she was able to unlock her memories, which means that she's able to now complete the challenge because she has access to all those memories and a better understanding of what she is and who she is. So that's cool, but it just fucking sucked.
But
it just fucking sucked.
It also gave us a representation of how damaged she is, right? Like everyone she loves or has loved, she's calling them liars, and I'm assuming because they've all left her, right?
Yep.
Her mom, I'm assuming, has either died or had to leave her for something. Puck had to leave her. Yep. She went to sleep, and when she woke up, Subaru had left her. So for her, she probably feels like everyone who's left her has forgotten her.
Yep.
When they said that they loved her, and she felt like they were all liars. But Subaru found her before the trial, and I'm pretty sure Subaru, our boy, is going to do some great things. We know he is.
Yeah, whatever this plan that him and Otto got worked out and how they put it into motion, his confidence.
Playing chess.
Yes, his confidence right now got me excited because this is the first time in probably, 24 episodes where Subaru had this confidence. He ain't had this confidence since the well. So it's like, since they killed Petelgeuse. No, he had it after, because after that was the well. So he got that confidence. No, was it?
I thought Petelgeuse was after the well because that was like the end of the season, first season.
Really? No, the well was after the season because they were in the cart, and that's when Rem fought Greed and shit. They were on the way back from killing the well. But yeah. Yeah, he hadn't had his confidence since the well after he done the well fight. How many times? I don't even fucking remember. So many times. But I just loved it, man. I love this episode. I cannot believe it's here.
They never fail to give us everything we ever asked for.
Yeah. And the thing is we don't even know what the fuck to ask for. That's the best part about ReZero. We don't know what the fuck is coming, why it's coming, or where it's going. And that's why I love ReZero so much. Because this is one you can't figure out. You know?
Speaking of I can't wait for Jujutsu Kaisen to come back.
Yeah, we still waiting for that. That fucking fantastic show to come back. And then we got let's just give a quick rundown before we go into the recap of what's still to come. All right, this winter season. As of we're recording this on January 11th. This goes live on the 13th, I believe, right? No, it goes live on the 12th because I forgot it's midnight right now. This goes live on the 12th. We have Dr. Stone, which is in 3 days.
The time I got reincarnated as a slime,
which is tomorrow. Log Horizon season 3, which I'm looking forward to.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Redo of a Healer. Gintama, if you're into that. The final season.
You were watching Log Horizon 2, right? Or did that not start yet?
No, Log Horizon 3 starts in 3 days, 2 days? 2 days. I can't wait. The problem is I want to watch it dub because I love the dub so much. But yeah, I think I might wait and watch the dub and just give you time to catch up, hopefully. Because there's still so much other shit that I can just turn on and watch too. Like this horror one this horror mystery one looks good. Yeah, there's so much. There's still so much to come. So next week we're going to continue these conversations, but with Dr. Stone reincarnated as a slime. And then wait, is Jujutsu Kaisen? It's still like 14 days or something like that for that one, right?
No, I think they come back on Friday.
4 days. 4 days, yeah, okay. So we got that back. Got a lot to discuss. So you'll probably hear us again soon after you're listening to this because we're going to go visit our friend the Wonder of Anime. I can't wait to be there.
That's gonna be exciting.
It's gonna be so super exciting. But Tell, you want to hit us with that recap?
So we just finished talking about the one, the only, the great ReZero, our 2020 anime of the year, and shit, if this part is as good, it might be anime of 2021 too. Attack on Titan and Eren Yeager and all his greatness. What's going to happen next? Do you know? We hype for it. Promised Neverland. Great first episode. Great cliffhangers. We don't really like cliffhangers, but they hitting them with us hitting us with them anyway. Yu Yu Hakusho. We almost done. You know, we getting to the end. It's been a while, but we finally here. We had our break with that great song. Let us know what you think about it. Also, don't forget to send us songs.
Yes, sir.
At, what is it? Contact.miccheck.waifu. Had our questions from Twitter and get to know Mike Check Waifu. What are 2 pet peeves in anime? What's yours? Let us know. Polo gave us a couple of recommendations: Kimono Jahim, and then Jobless Reincarnation. He also was watching Quintessential Quintuplet season 2.
Yes, sir.
I was watching Beastar season 2. I'm hyped for that. And then we have the Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. Who's watching that with Polo? Because I'm watching Sama Spider. So what? I'm loving it. It's gonna be funny. I know it's gonna be funny. Polo's also watching Bottom Tier Character and the anime about Dungeons and Boonies. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna try it. I might try it. We gonna see.
Yeah, me too.
Don't watch X-Arm. I'm gonna watch it because it's gonna be on my Watches 100 anime list, so I can tell everyone not to watch it. And then Scar on the Praetor, which might be my sleeper. We gonna see. I'm not sure. But we also did y'all a solid this time. It's really a solid for us too, but for all the new listeners, Thank you for listening. And we gave our introductions, who I am, who Polo is, and hopefully you let us know who you are as well. That's episode 83 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
I am at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
And I am at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
Check.
好きなの。予行練習なんて全部嘘。You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.